If you are over the age of 40 and reading this magazine, odds are you have a Triumph story from your past. Whether it's a tale about lusting after the British beauty, envying someone who rode one, or being lucky enough to have owned one of the iconic machines, the sleek, sexy Triumphs were at the eye of the motorcycle storm that swept through the States in the '60s and '70s, leaving myriad, indelible memories in their wake for the haves, as well as the have-nots. My own Triumph story was born from the image of Steve McQueen jumping a stolen enemy motorcycle over an imposing barbed wire fence in the classic 1963 World War II movie, The Great Escape. Audiences everywhere collectively gasped as McQueen launched himself into the air, sailed over swirls of barbs and widescreen, and then they exhaled in a mix of astonishment and envy when he touched down in the lush grass on the opposite side. Never mind that the second fence attempt was unsuccessful, crashing Steve into a tangle of wire and fence post. What people remembered, what people were talking about, was the jump. Metaphorically, that said it all. Motorcycles meant freedom. And what was McQueen riding? A Triumph. That did it. From that moment on I wanted a Triumph. Young moviegoers today, with their steady diet of ever-increasingly insane stunts, would yawn at his daring stunt of 4 decades ago. Thankfully, for those of us old enough to remember McQueen's airborne sojourn, Triumph gives us our innocence back with an opportunity to dabble once again in the forbidden fruits of our youth with the quintessential retro, the Bonneville. A few years back, Triumph led the retro motorcycle craze by reintroducing the Bonneville to their lineup, capitalizing on the immense popularity of the original machine. The 2005 Bonnie continues to honor the revered lineage with a tasteful reproduction, sans oil leaks and stubborn response to the Kickstarter, of a motorcycle inspired by nostalgia but built with the engineering afforded in modern times. The new machine retains the classic, clean lines, twin chrome pea shooter exhaust pipes, and the sensuous teardrop fuel tank. However, they are now married to a punchier 865cc, air-cooled parallel twin-cylinder engine that delivers more low and mid-range torque thanks to re-engineered camshafts and increased fuel flow through the twin carburetors. There's a new offering of paint, as well, an elegant opal white on tangerine orange, which is accented by pinstriping that, just like the old days, is applied at the factory by hand in a time-honored craft called gold lining. To get the nostalgic ride moving, pull on the manual choke and turn on the petcock. Remember those? Allow yourself to cheat the old days a little, forget about kickstarting, and hit the electric start. The second the engine comes to life is when the differences between old and new become strikingly apparent.